Hello, hello. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to give it a few minutes before starting. And as usual, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat at any time. Mark. I'll give it 30 seconds and we'll get started. All right, I'm just going to start now. All right. Thank you everyone for joining. So in today's webinar, we're going to talk about SEO and specifically SEO for e-commerce websites and how to accelerate your SEO work in general. First of all, who I am. My name is Boris. I'm the co-founder and CTO of ConvertMate. I have over 10 years of experience in e-commerce development, SEO, and CRO, and I'm a Shopify partner since 2020. What is ConvertMate? ConvertMate is a software using AI to automate SEO for Shopify merchants. So we do everything from on-page to technical SEO to backlinks and internal linking. Since we launched in September 2023, we helped hundreds of Shopify stores improve their organic traffic, and our entire satisfaction is based on our merchant success. First of all, let's start with the SEO fundamentals. What is SEO? SEO is a search engine optimization. The key concepts around SEO are keyword research, on-page SEO, topic clusters and internal linking, technical SEO, and off-page SEO. We'll get into more detail in each of those pillars in this presentation, and I hope you find it valuable as well. What is very important to highlight here is that SEO is a long-term investment, and that requires persistence and a lot of groundwork to be effective in the future. So sometimes it can take many, many months to see results, but the results compound and pay off over time. First of all, why is SEO important, especially in 2024? SEO is becoming more and more important because, first of all, the cost per clicks have really increased around 20% on average in 2024. It's also very important if you want to diversify your traffic sources and have sustainable income and predictable traffic as well, and also as well, of course, to increase sales. Again, please feel free to drop a message if you have a question on any points that I'm raising today. And the first concept I really want to talk about here is the keyword research part. So keyword research is the determining part of any SEO strategy, because that's the number one thing that is necessary before doing any kind of work, is to have an assessment of where you currently stand and what keywords you're targeting in the future. So what we recommend nowadays is to target medium to long tail keywords, high search volume and low competition keywords as well. And there are a few tools to help you look at those search to do the keyword research. You have Google Keyword Planner, which is a free tool. Ahrefs, of course, SEMrush, and of course, ConvertMate. I'll explain in a second how we perform that and what's our approach to that. So when you do the keyword research, it's very important to identify and understand the buyer's intent. So there can be 3 to 4 different intents. You have the informational, people are looking for information or educational, mainly blog articles around a certain topic. Navigational is the intent where people are looking for a brand directly, so they put a brand name in the query. Transactional is when someone is ready to buy, and commercial is when someone is looking for options before buying. Then how you can categorize and prioritize the keywords is by ranking the keywords by search volume divided by competition level. So that's the sweet spot that you want to hit, the higher search volume and lower competition level. And then you also really need to write content to match the buyer's intent. So if someone's looking for best black socks for football, it's a commercial intent. So you should write a listicle about those. It wouldn't be beneficial to create a product called best. So it's very important to match the buyer's intent in everything that you're creating. Okay, so what's ConvertMate's approach on keyword research? So what we do first when you use our platform is to do a keyword research on your current domain. So we will look at every page of your domain and look at the keywords, the intent, where you're currently ranking. That would give us a real assessment of the opportunity that are there. So, for example, what we see is that if you, for example, have 100 keywords below the 30th position, we will focus on those keywords first because it's easier to start to improve the ranking on this keyword than to start from scratch. So that's the first thing that we do. Then we do also a keyword research on all your products in collection, which is a combination of your current state plus some recommendations based on AI that we create as well. So, for example, these are the keywords that we recommend for a certain product. We give you the trend over the past year on the search volume, and also give the competition index for each of those keywords. So that's how we perform the keyword research on each product and collection in ConvertMate. Then the concept number 2, which is on-page SEO. What is on-page SEO? You might ask. So on-page SEO is about optimizing individual web pages to rank higher. That includes changing the page title, meta title, or meta description, also known as meta tags, header tags, which go from H1 to H6, product and collection descriptions, blog posts, URL structure, and alt text on images. So all of those components can be considered on-page SEO. So for on-page SEO, we kind of target every aspect of on-page SEO. We change the title, we can change the meta tags, the description, the links, the alt text on images. So all those options are fully customizable inside ConvertMate. And you are free to select which options you would like to optimize. We recommend, of course, optimizing everything, but some merchants who prefer to have more control, so we leave you that flexibility. The first on-page SEO element, which is very, very important, is the page title, of course. The page title uh, is often included into the Google search results as well as the meta title. So it's kind of up to Google to decide what they put in there, but it's very important to include your target or primary keyword inside your page title so that search engines understand that this is really important to you. And each product and collection must have a unique title to prevent keyword cannibalization, which is the competition of two pages on the same keywords. And we want to avoid that, especially on the same domain. So the meta tags are very important because they are not directly a ranking factor in many cases, but they are a factor that will impact your click-through rate, especially the meta description. In essence, the meta description is the description which is underneath the blue link on Google, and that should include your target keywords and also be appealing and have a call to action that is appealing enough. So the higher click-through rate you have, the better chances you have to rank on those keywords because even if Google doesn't officially say that click-through rate isn't a ranking factor, it's definitely proven to be over many A/B tests over thousands of pages. So the click-through rate is very important, not only for Google but also for you. The headers on each page, the headers from H1 to H6 should be constructed in a hierarchical way, which means that H1 should be your most important header and have the most important keywords in there. H2 subtopics, H3 one level below, etc. So the best practice is to include your target keyword inside the H1 as well as in the page title. Sorry. The next concept we can talk about are descriptions. So collection pages have a higher chance of ranking for search link to product types such as black shoes for toddlers. And it's important to create as many as complete collections to reflect the buyer's intent. So what we also recommend is to create collections that are really have a high search volume and low competition index, so you have a chance to rank on those keywords. In essence, also each description should include relevant keywords and that you're aiming to target, and that is also done automatically as well. The next concept I want to talk about is the so hello CPT. The next concept I want to talk about is the URL structure of your page. So it's very important to keep a clean URL structure. What we recommend and what we do in Content Mate is to put the URL handle exactly the same as your target keyword. Let's say if you're targeting black shoes for toddler, you have black shoes toddler, and we will remove the fitting words like for, to, a, just the main nouns here. That's what I recommend. The alt text in images is crucial to let search engines know what your images are about. And they're also very useful for visitors with a slow connection. And you can rank on Google Images if it's used the right way as well. So a store we work with observed like 15% of their traffic coming from Google Images, which is pretty significant because they have tons of images and all the images are very descriptive of a certain scene. This is an example of a good alt text. What we kind of push on images that are missing alt text. We will directly submit these alt text on on images where they're missing, essentially. The third concept that is really important and often I think underutilized is the topic clusters and internal linking. So you probably heard that backlinks is very, very important for SEO. It is very, very important for SEO, but sometimes I think the internal linking part in the topical cluster is not doesn't get the credit it deserves. So I'm just going to talk about the first concept called EEAT. So that stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Those are the four parts that play an important role for search engines. So then what does that mean in practice? The action items are the following. Number one, you should define the main topic for your store. For example, children's shoes. Then, based of this main topic, define subtopics linked to your main topic. So you had children's shoes that can be children's shoes for school, children's shoes for sport, children's shoes for school, children's shoes for sport, children's shoes for whatever. So you have different subtopics linked to this main topic. And once you have those subtopics, you should write high quality content on each topic to be seen as an authority by search engines. In essence, if you write the same topics over and over again, you will be seen as an authority, regardless of your number of backlinks. So that's been proven by ourselves. That's how we kind of scale a lot of stores because we keep writing about the same thing and also have the right internal links between the pages. That works a lot and it's a lot less time consuming than backlinks. I'm not saying you shouldn't do backlinks. I'm just saying that this is what should take a lot of your attention. So topic clusters offer a strategic way to organize and structure your content, providing valuable information to your target audience. They're also critical in SEO to maximize your authoritativeness in a specific topic. And internal linking plays an important role in helping search engines link your content by topic cluster. That sounds a bit complicated, I'm sure. However, I will explain more in detail what that means here. This is an example of one of our features called programmatic SEO, which allows each Shopify store to create the typical clusters themselves. So it's a lot of it is automated, and this is a visual aspect of what we mean by topic cluster. So, for example, you have the main topic, let's say loafer styles, and you have one topic called men's loafers black, another men's loafers, another slip-on loafers men, another loafers and slip-on men's. So all those five are related to the main topic called loafer style. What I mean by writing about those articles is if you write about those five subtopics, you are seen as an authority in the parent topic. So you should cover everything that people ask about those topics to be seen as an authority. The fourth concept I want to talk about is technical SEO. Technical SEO refers to optimizing your website's technical aspects to improve the ranking of its pages and in search engines. So that includes site speed and performance optimization, mobile optimization for e-commerce, SSL, structured data markup for product and collection, duplicated content, and a lot more. For Shopify stores, what you should do is probably to optimize your image sizes and make sure lazy loading is enabled on your theme. Lazy loading is the way the images are loaded by default. So by default, you can have images load in the background or on screen. So loading would allow you to not block any rendering. Essentially, it sounds technical, but it's a simple setup. Should also use a content delivery network. So CDN allows merchants to duplicate an image in different locations so that when a merchant connects to your store from a certain location, the closest to that location, the image that is closer to that location is loaded, or the asset, not necessarily the image, but any asset. Um, that is enabled by default on Shopify, so you wouldn't have to do anything on your end. The other aspect of technical SEO is the number of elements on your page, such as JavaScript, images, and CSS that appear. So you should once in a while do an audit of your theme or your add-ons or your apps to make sure that you don't have a lot of JavaScripts being loaded in the background, blocking the rendering and then affecting your page speed. There are a few tools you can use to check your page performance. You can use, of course, ConvertMate SEO Scan and Google PageSpeed Insights. Ourselves, we base our SEO Scan on Google PageSpeed Insight, and we add on top of that some layers of controls that are a bit more tailored to your store. This is an example of what we do in the technical SEO. So we scan your page title to make sure you don't have multiple H1s and thin content, duplicate meta title. We have around 40 different checks that we do on the technical side to make sure that you are good to go on the technical SEO side. So technical SEO should be one of the first things that you solve before targeting internal linking and everything. So you should start with a good technical basis, and so you can get more into the on-page SEO, internal linking. But this is very important as well. So why is it important? So because 66% of internet traffic is now on mobile, 32% on desktop, and 2% on tablet from SimilarWeb in February 2024. Also, it's very important to make sure that your site is responsive and displays correctly on mobile as well. Additionally, the font size should be big enough for mobile, which is not a given sometimes. Okay, the next aspect of technical SEO is SSL. Security is a top priority for online shoppers and for search engines. SSL certificates encrypt data transferred between your website and your users, protecting sensitive information like credit card numbers and login details. So you should make sure HTTPS is enabled by default, but it's already on Shopify. So if you're on Shopify, you wouldn't have to configure or set up anything because Shopify is hosting your platform and therefore has already SSL enabled by default all domain. What about structured data and what is structured data? Structured data is becoming more and more important, especially in this era of AI, where a lot of AI bots and crawlers are actually looking into your structured data to know what your page is about. So, structured data, in essence, is a code that is added into each page that would explain what each page is about. Is it a blog post? Is it a product? Is it a collection? Is it a video? Is it a live news? Is it breadcrumb? Is it a FAQ? So by specifying this code, you kind of explain to search engines what this page is about, and that is a standardized format called schema markup. In the e-commerce world, there are a few important schema markups to consider. Those are product, so self-explanatory. The other one is a product collection. That is a collection of products, so it's a list of product. The other one is a breadcrumb list. That is the hierarchy between your homepage, collection, and product. How, let's say, if you have like home tables, black tables in wood, that's kind of the hierarchy of the breadcrumb. And the offer will be everything that is pricing related, including discounts, limited offers, and all this. And FAQ page is also self-explanatory. So we recommend to have all of those set up on each of those pages so that you have a higher chance not only to appear on search engines, but also on future AI chatbots. Okay. The next aspect I want to mention too is the duplicated content. So duplicated content can really harm your SEO efforts. Um, each page should have a primary keyword and have a unique title, a unique meta title in each one. And you should also make sure that you have a canonical tag to let search engines know the preferred version of your page. We're close to the end. So we are going to talk about backlinks here. So backlinks play a very important role in SEO, as I mentioned earlier. Acquiring free backlinks has become increasingly difficult with the multiplication of low quality articles and AI written articles and low quality articles, I think. So the methods that we recommend to acquire quality backlinks is, first of all, sponsored posts. So paying is a quick and easy way to have backlinks if you have the cash. The second thing we recommend is to focus on quality instead of quantity. So you should write exceptional content with infographics or case studies that you've performed your own, rather than a lot of articles that have little to no value. Fourth aspect is to build personal relationships. So it's always good to see someone physically, not physically, but to put a face on a name, and you get to know someone personally, so that also helps. We also recommend to suggest guest posts on people that you already know. And link exchange is also a good way to build a strong backlink profile. For that, you need to reach out to a domain with a similar domain rating or domain authority, so that it's a fair exchange. So- and also, finally, outreach to bloggers or websites in your niche is also valuable. So, um, as we arrive next close to the end, in conclusion, keyword research is key and should be the first step in any strategy. Uh, I think I was pretty clear on that, but I hope that's something everyone takes into account. Once the keyword research is done, you should focus on your on-page SEO, high quality content, interlinking with topic clusters, and technical SEO. So all of that is something you can control fully. You can control your keyword research. You can control your on-page SEO. You can control your content. You can control what you're talking about. You can control your interlinking. So you should very much focus on what you can control, which is those areas. Off-page SEO, which is mainly backlink acquisition, should not take more than 10% of the time you allocate to SEO efforts, in my opinion, because you could spend weeks and hours sending emails to the entire world, but it wouldn't be worthwhile while you could have built up internal linking more efficiently. So you should mainly focus on what you can control and allocate some time on off-page SEO, but not most of your time, in my opinion. And for off-page SEO, we recommend to focus on personal relationships and true added value rather than sending 1,000 mails to people begging for a link. That doesn't work, and that will not work in 2024 and 2025 because the number of outreach messages has just really increased. So you don't want to be that extra person that would uh, spam. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. I don't know if people have questions. I'm happy to answer them at any time. I'll leave it open for a few seconds, and I will see you again very soon. We are going to organize webinars on a weekly basis now, so I hope we will see you again next time. Thank you very much for your time. Bye bye. For Shopify SEO, how do I get started? So, okay, I have a question from Mark Hubcher. So for Shopify SEO, how to get started? You can install Shopify store. You can easily get started by installing ConvertMate on the App Store on Shopify or on our website convertmate.io, and that way you can find us easily. And yeah, ads are too expensive. Ads are too expensive now. Couldn't agree more. They are very expensive now, and they probably will climb up again the ladder. So it's very important to invest in SEO today. Okay. Thank you very much for your time, everyone. And I will see you next week. Bye bye. Oh, I have another question from Jay. Google has moved massively to AI-driven online ads, PMAX, and webinars. They mentioned that keywords are no more relevant instead of business target driven. How you see it? So keywords. So keywords we only are still relevant. Keywords are very much relevant. What is less and less relevant is meta title, for example, which is less used. Title is more used, but the way you're talking about ads. So in the ads world is pretty different to the search world. So for the ads world, the keywords would matter probably less. But in the search world, they will still matter because people are looking for specific things with specific intents. When you want to serve an ad, you probably serving a business focus with people who are looking for transactional queries or commercial queries, whereas informational queries would not be served through ads. So there's a lot of confusion sometimes when ads are mixed up with organic. They will serve different purposes. I hope it answers your question, Jay. Great. I'll leave it again for 2 more minutes, if no more questions, and I will let you go this time for good. Okay. Jay, you're asking, Google has blocked our whole shop with more than 4,000 variants in Google Merge Center. Can you help here too? Yes, for sure. So there are a few reasons why Google Merchant Center can block your whole shop. The first one is if you are selling items that are a bit borderline, like vape products, for example, are a bit tricky. Cannabis can be tricky in some countries, in some variants, and also the way your keywords, I mean, the way you populate your variants can also be tricky. Um, but we've worked with that a lot of times, so we're happy to take a look. You can send us an email or send us a message via the chat at convertme.io. I'll put the message here. We'll be happy to help you with that as well. So yeah, absolutely, no problem. Okay, no critical product, print on demand textile apparels. Okay, we'll be happy to take a look. Yeah, thank you, Jay. Maybe the messages we need to take a look as well. It's just guesses so far, but we'll happily take a look. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions? I'll leave it a few seconds now again. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. And now we'll speak to you next week. Bye bye.